back from a trip to New York City just this past weekend, and I had a friend with me who had never before been to New York City, and I said, what do you want to do? And she said, I want pizza and I want New York bagels. And we got it for her because you just know bagels from New York City are different than anywhere else. And now you can bring those bagels home. You don't have to take a trip to New York City because Just Bagels delivers them directly to your door. Made in the Bronx. And this assortment just introduced here at QVC about 10 days ago. Over 6,000 orders have been placed since then. This is their holiday sweet cinnamon bagels. So you have a choice. You can either go, you're going to get 24 either way, and they are large 4-ounce New York bagels. So you can receive all 24 in plain, or you can go in your combo. So here is your plain and your cinnamon swirl. We also have it for you in your plain and then your cranberry cinnamon apple. We will talk about that flavor and how gorgeous that is. Or if you don't want the plain at all, you could go with the cinnamon swirl and the cranberry cinnamon apple. Either way, you will receive 24. It is 6 pounds of bagels coming directly to you. And yes, you can freeze these if you want to. Your easy pay, $8 in change. Get that authentic New York City flavor now with some holiday scents and holiday spices and that cinnamon and those warm flavors here. Now, of course, we have to welcome in the man himself is Cliff Nordquist. He is a New York native, and he has been bringing us these delicious New York bagels directly from the Bronx. There he is. Hi, Cliff. How are you?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I know. We are celebrating Christmas in July. And Cliff, you decided you were going to bring us holiday flavors in bagels.
Well, I didn't decide. QVC pushed me a little bit on this one. But, you know, it is what it is. They love their new flavors. Not easy to come up with all these flavors. But you know what? Today's a really good one because it's like a cinnamon bonanza. If you like cinnamon, and please understand, we never overwhelm you with anything.
Right.
It doesn't mean it's just all cinnamon.
Right.
These are really new flavors. I mean, we can start with the cinnamon swirl,
Sure.
right? I think that's what you have there.
Yes, this is the cinnamon swirl.
Look how nice that looks right there. So many people love our cinnamon raisin bagel, right? But not everybody likes raisins. So if you don't love raisins, this one's for you. The cinnamon swirl has the cinnamon, okay? It has no raisins. It has the malt and the molasses. It has a touch of vanilla, but what's in there is the vanilla icing bits, which makes it sort of a very holiday cinnamon swirl bagel. It just adds a little bit of touch of sweetness, and it's really, really delicious. It's light, it's smooth, it's different. I don't think anybody else has a cinnamon swirl bagel with vanilla icing bits in it.
It's
you know,
so
we come up with
smart.
these flavors. Yeah, it's so really, really, really delicious.
And Cliff, I will tell you,
that.
Yeah, even right now, these are not toasted or anything, and they smell delicious just right out of the package. It's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
That cinnamon,
Well,
and look, you can see the swirls right through there.
You see the swirl, and if you can maybe get a close-up, you see, it's better if you warm it up, but you'll see like a little white spots, which is those vanilla icing bits.
Oh, wow.
And these bagels, before I go into the other flavors, we might as well go into what differentiates us from everybody else. And if they have the film, they'll roll that, you know, where it starts with the New York water. There we go, the New York water from the Catskill Mountains, best water in the world for pizza, pasta, just like you said before. And then it's ingredients like malt, molasses, nothing artificial, no colors, flavors, preservatives, peanut-free, tree nut-free, kosher, non-GMO, no trans fats. That's the big step. It's the aging process. Big boys are not going to do it. It's too time consuming. We age that dough for 10 hours before boiling it, because a real bagel is boiled. Bake it at 500 degrees on a hearth, steel-plated oven. Send it for a little run around the bakery to cool it. And then we 6-pack it. And the day, everybody knows this by now, this is not coming out of inventory. The day that goes into the bag, that same day, it goes into a box and into your house at home within 1 to 2 days. And it comes, this particular order comes in a holiday box,
Oh,
a
that's
little Christmassy
great.
box with a red bow on it and stuff like
Wow.
that.
Okay,
So it
so
makes the best gift.
it really does make the best gift. So let me go through the choices that you have, and then we'll dive into the other
Yep.
flavor as well, Cliff. So you
Sounds
can
good.
either receive, if you love just the plain, just bagels, there is that option for you. You can go with all 24 of the plain. Here's your all plain option. You're just getting that wonderful classic plain. You can get the plain with the cranberry cinnamon apple. That would be 12 of each. You can get cinnamon swirl with the cranberry cinnamon apple, 12 of each. Or you can get plain and the cinnamon swirl. So you decide which flavors you would like, and then you decide your ship date. Now, this item is actually one in our show. We have a couple in our show that can ship immediately. So maybe right now you just want 24 plain bagels, but then maybe the next auto delivery or the next time you want to get a ship date, you could switch up your flavors, because this is available either now, November 4th, or December 9th. If you then want to lock in auto delivery, you can every 90 days for 1 year. And yes, you can switch your flavors on auto delivery. So if you do want to go from one to just plain, you can do that at any time. Cliff, we've got to talk about this beautiful cranberry cinnamon apple. Let's dive in.
Let's dive in. Okay, this is a winner. You know, by the way, these are very premium bagels, as I'm sure you're aware. So this has, you ready for this? Organic apple pieces.
Wow.
Okay, cranberry, cinnamon, touch of vanilla. You see it right there. Look at look at the density of that bagel. It's just it's a work of art, that bagel. And it's not overwhelming. It's very smooth, made the same way with the boiling and the malt and the molasses. It's just delicious, and it's not. I mean, right there. Oh, that looks so. I'm getting a little mesmerized by it. I'm like,
it's amazing.
I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy. There's
You're
so
getting
many
your
things
dizzy bagel eyes.
there's so much in there. There really is a lot in there. It's really not easy to. You think it's just easy to add these ingredients in, but you have to work it out.
Right.
You know, because when you don't use artificial stuff like, you know, the supermarket bagel does. By the way, we're the opposite. You know, it's very different and difficult to make. Every bagel's different. You see, every one, we call it the snowflakes, but there's the cranberries, there's the organic apple pieces, a little bit of cinnamon, a touch of vanilla, the malt, the molasses, and you got something really, really delicious. And again, it's not going to be like, oh, wow, too much cranberry. Oh, too many apples.
Right.
It's just the right percentages of everything. That's what we try to do, not to overwhelm. We don't want anything overwhelmingly one flavor.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a good one. This
is a good one. This is great.
They're all good.
Normally, you would not just take a bagel and just say, oh, I'm just going to take a bite of it. I could, right? I could just throw this in my bag and have this as a snack. Not toasted, no cream cheese, no butter.
Yeah.
Of course, all of those things are going to make it delicious. But this is just so good on its own that then when this is what you serve after your holiday evening, and then your next morning, you have your great Christmas breakfast, right? This is what you serve, and everyone is just mesmerized, like Cliff and I are, by everything that goes into this. It's so beautiful.
That's a bagel that, like you just nailed it, doesn't need anything. You don't need butter. You don't need cream cheese on that one. It's just got so much flavor just by itself. I would cut that up, maybe even put it in a bread basket. You know, you can make bagel chips out of that. There's so many things you can do with that bagel other than just have it for breakfast. Obviously, bagels are not for breakfast. They make every meal better. They enhance every single meal, from breakfast, lunch, brunch, dinner, snack. You want to go out for a run, have that bagel. It's got a nice amount of protein in it. And, you know, again, you don't get bloated from these bagels. You know, these bagels, if you're going to eat a bagel, this is the one to eat, because with the clean ingredients, it's very light on the stomach. It's never a full, horrible feeling that, you know, you can get from eating bread. This is, you know, kind of the opposite of that. And that's what, again, another thing that differentiates us from everybody else. It's that clean ingredients, only the best. I know everybody says they use the best, but we use the best because all we make are bagels. That's it. And if they're not good, we have a problem. And, you know, we didn't go into plain, but I'm just going to show you what everybody loves about our bagel. And it's the way it pulls. See the way it pulls?
Look at that. Yep.
It doesn't break, okay? There's a pull to it because a supermarket bagel, if you did this, right, all it would do is break and crack like a piece of bread. Now, all I did was pull this out of the bag. Now, I know that when we deliver the bagels to you guys at home, you want to taste them right away. I don't recommend it because they've been sitting in a plastic bag for a day or two. And I just recommend putting them in the freezer. Don't taste it. I know you want to. Put it in the freezer immediately. Let it freeze and get a little moisture back in. Then just follow the baking instructions, and you don't have to go to New York. You have the bagel store bagel. Just preheat your oven at 450, 5 to 8 minutes until you got a nice little snap on it, or microwave it for 20 seconds, toast it, and it's almost as good. Or it is as good.
So Cliff, when we get them home, you recommend right into the freezer, not leaving them out on our counters?
Oh, counter. Hold on a second, Rachel. The counter, this is not a supermarket bagel that lasts 30 days. Do you want to buy something that lasts? Do you want to buy bread that lasts 30 days?
I don't. Definitely not.
So you leave it on the counter, and unfortunately, it's going to turn green.
Right.
Okay, it's going to turn white first, then it's going to turn green. And it will do that after just a couple of days. So you have to freeze it the second you get it and leave it in the freezer. It's good for a year, but it's never going to last that long because most of you guys are already on auto delivery every 30 to 60 to 90 days. So, I mean, 60 to 90. So very few people keep it in the freezer for a year. They go through them quite easily. They give them away as gifts. This is the best gift. I promise you, this will be the best gift you can ever give somebody for the holidays because it's got these beautiful flavors in it, and everybody loves to get the gift of bagels.
It's so true, and this is the Holiday Sweets Collection. Now, this plain that you're looking at, you could go all 24 in plain if you just know you love that wonderful plain bagel, or maybe you want the plain now, and then you're going to switch up later. You could also receive a combo of half of your plain, 12 plain, and 12 of your cranberry cinnamon apple. You can receive 12 cinnamon swirl and 12 cranberry cinnamon apple, or go 12 plain and 12 cinnamon swirl, lock-in auto delivery every 90 days for 1 year, or you can go for the different ship dates. So you can ship now, ship 11/4, or 12/9. Cliff, always so good to see you. Say hi to New York for me.
Same here. Happy anniversary.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, it's M9838.